Huge warning, the next Bitcoin move will shock you guys. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening guys, wherever you are on this beautiful world, whenever you're watching this video, welcome to the Bitcoin family channel. For the newcomers, my name is Didi. Just coming back from a massive party weekend, like 3 days of massive parties on Ibiza, celebrating Bitcoin's all-time high. It was the other way around. I went partying and Bitcoin made an all-time high, so we made it a Bitcoin all-time high party, guys. But in today's video, I don't have the perfect voice, my eyes are not perfectly because you can see some small eyes, but I'm going to talk about 2 news items, 3 amazing charts, that's four amazing charts, and of course an inspirational quote. And why am I making a video on Saturday? Because I didn't make videos for 3 days. That's the longest time in the last couple of years, so I need to make a video today, guys. Let's quickly jump into the news first. Bam! First of all, guys, all of you, congratulations with this new all-time high, 118,900-ish. That is the new all-time high. When 120k? That is of course your question. We're gonna analyze the charts a little bit later and tell you my opinion when we will reach 120k and of course when the 160k will happen, guys. But that I will talk about into the charts. I just want to say congratulations with this amazing new all-time high. Yes, it wasn't 120k in May, but still, I came very close like 2 months later. Now, let's jump now into the real news. The Bitcoin spot ETFs in the United States have for the first time had 2 consecutive days of inflows of $1 billion and more. In total, last week, $2.7 billion flowed into spot ETFs in the United States. Of course, that comes with a new all-time high, as there is just a little bit of supply, a huge amount of demand. When the demand is bigger than the supply, the prices will increase. And that is what you saw happening. Spot ETFs, 2 days, first time ever, of more than $1 billion of inflows into the Bitcoin spot ETF. Is this going to continue? Yes. In my opinion, this is definitely going to continue because, as always, when the price starts to go up, that is when the people wake up, because then the news shows, wow, Bitcoin new all-time high. Oh shit, yeah, we still need to buy Bitcoin. And that is how more and more people start to buy Bitcoin. Why? Because if you read the news articles, there is even news articles that are telling us we could go to 300,000 US dollar around Christmas this year, that Bitcoin could give you a 300k Christmas present. That is what those people, investors, institutional investors, but also retail is reading now. So they are now like, hey, maybe we are not too late. We can still join the game. And that last push, that will be the push into that all-time high top of this bull market. But I will talk more about that on the charts. But that's a huge news item, 2 consecutive days of more than $1 billion in inflows in a spot ETF. The second one is not really a news item, it's more a tip, guys. There is still a huge amount of countries where you don't pay tax on your Bitcoins in the year 2025 and probably also in the year 2026. Which countries are these? These countries are the Cayman Islands, UAE, we have Portugal, we have Germany, and of course El Salvador, guys. These countries, you still legally don't need to pay tax on your capital gains in Bitcoin, not even on your profit gains in Bitcoin. So Germany, you need to hold your Bitcoins for longer than 12 months and they are tax-free. Portugal, all the Bitcoins you hold for a longer period, probably also 1 year, but I think Portugal doesn't look that close as Germany, are tax-free. Also, Portugal offers other benefits because of the NHR. We as a family have NHR, which means 10 years, no tax on dividend, on profits, on capital, on nothing. So that's really beautiful country. El Salvador, of course, as the Bitcoin country, no tax on Bitcoin. Germany, 12 months. UAE, I think you don't need to pay tax on your capital gains. But if you trade as a professional, I do think you need to pay some tax in the UAE, guys. So these 5 countries, you can just live and not pay tax on your Bitcoins. Thailand is also a country where you can still live beautifully tax-free with your Bitcoins, as they don't count that yet as your capital. Next year they could be changing it. Next year Thailand is thinking about changing the law into counting your capital that you bring inside the country from abroad, and they will be able to tax that then with capital gain tax. Something like that is what Thailand is thinking about. It's not sure yet. For now, for me, Portugal and Thailand are still the best options, guys. And Thailand is not on the list because they really don't know what is happening in Thailand yet. But I can assure you, living there, if I want to buy an apartment in a building with my Bitcoins, I can directly spend my Bitcoins without the need to let them know where my Bitcoins came from. So that's a beautiful exit strategy from Bitcoin, for example, into real estate if you want. And that real estate you can buy, sell again for Thai cash. You can also sell your Bitcoins directly to Thai baht in Thailand. There's many possibilities there, so I like Thailand and Portugal. That's why I'm a resident over there, guys. By the way, if you want to read more about these 5 countries, there is a beautiful article today on Cointelegraph, not being paid to shield Cointelegraph. I just read that article. I think it's very interesting. I will put the link also in the comments. Go there and read it for yourself, guys. Now let's quickly jump into the charts. Finally, some coffee, guys. The first chart is a 4-hour chart. On this 4-hour chart, you can see the green line was the line I drew like before I went to Ibiza. This green line was there already for like almost since over there. There's where I drew it here. It was on the 13th of June, so that's like 12 days ago. I told you guys, this line is something that we're going to see. We're going to see a pump, we're going to see a correction, and after the correction, we're going to see the massive pump towards a target of 118k-ish. Now, that's exactly what happened. Amazing how these charts always play out the way they need to play out. If we would have a pullback, guys, I would love to see support on this resistance area. This was the resistance, this red area. Look how often we try to break it. Now we broke it. If we pull back, it should be to that resistance area. Maximum 110k, that should then be the support. Resistance turns into support. The end of this move, guys, is of course way higher. The end of this move, if we take this pull from that flag that we were drawing, is going to be somewhere maybe 130k even. But let's be not too bullish. I'm already happy with this kind of move over here. There is no resistance left. So if money keeps inflowing into the market, we will start to pump higher and higher and higher. This is insane. Let's go into that next part of the bull market. If we zoom out to the weekly, guys, you all know I had this chart already on the charts in my video already for a very long time. But if you zoom out into the weekly, I told you all the way here that we're going to make a 50% move. I told you if we find support in between these two blue lines, hope you remember this video, if you find support on them, break out of them, the move will be around 50%. That is exactly the target that we hit. Just check the top of that green box. Watch my previous videos from months ago. I told you this is a weekly chart. This is like every 4 candles is a month. 1 month, 2 months, 3 months. It's almost 4 months ago that I posted this one. And I told you this top 118k, that is going to be the target for this move. We exactly hit that target again. Amazing how you even could have bought at 74,000 US dollar and now still be almost 50,000 US dollar in profit on each single Bitcoin. For all of those that were DMing me, Didi, should I buy now at 70k? And I told you yes, you have shitloads of profits now. Amazing, guys. Beautiful, epic new all-time high of Bitcoin. Now, do we have more charts? Yes, this one. We can see now they were already 94 days now in the zone of 100k to a million. We keep moving up these zones, like $1 to $10. We didn't believe that we're gonna spend days in $100 zone. We did. When we were in this zone of $100, we didn't think we could go to $1,000 zones. Well, we did. Here we didn't think to $10,000. We did. And here everybody was discussing to me, you can't go all in. It's never going to go to 100k. Look, we spent a shitload of days in between already. And now, yes, here we are above 100k, already 94 days. That's already 3 months in total that we spent between 100k and a million. Believe me, the more we come towards these levels of 700 days, there will be the next level added, 1 million to 10 million. That's how simple it works, guys. Amazing. Now, let's see if I have another one. This one. This one is the Bitcoin Power Curve Fear and Greed Index. A lot of people are telling me, hey, we could even go to 300K. Yes, we could. We could. I agree. Everything is possible in life. But then we need to go into extreme greed with this Fear and Greed Index. And if we go into extreme greed, yes, 250K could be a target. And it would mean, at the moment we are in the greed phase, that we would go all the way up to that top two lines over there, which would then be 300K-ish, 250K. You all know that my target is 160K. My target is still very simple. It's this between those two lines, between the second and third line from the top. That is my target. But let's be honest, we are in the greed phase. We saw what happened last time when we went to the extreme greed phase. We went bam into that first all-time high of this bull market. If we go again into extreme greed, yes, then I believe that 160K is easy reachable, guys. Easy reachable. Amazing charts. Then I have the last chart for the day, guys. The last chart, I use this one very often because I really like this chart, because it shows you really clearly where we are and where we should be going. We went up again a little bit. And I told you my target is there. These are the tops of the last two bull market cycles, that area. In this area, we will find the top. Now, in my opinion, it will be 160,000 US dollars. So if I should point towards the perfect area where my top will be, it will be between here, 160K and 200K. That is where my top area is. So it's very simple. I'm going to make a square there. My top area is there. 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 And yes, I will make it green. That is for me the area where we will make a top this bull market. This is from October till December in this 2025 year. But I believe closer to October than we will be than to December when we see that new top. And it would be simply a line that would indeed go up. Maybe you have a correction, go up. Maybe you have a correction, go up. Make a top, come down, fool the people, go up again, and then go full blast into a bear market. That will end around 80 to 60K, bottom area, in 2027 January. That is what I believe that will happen. Here, I will tell you again to buy a shitload of Bitcoins because we sold them in this block. That is how it works, guys. That is how you play the 4-year cycle. That was the last chart. Let's jump into the next part. Use my special link down below here to sign up to Bybit and claim your amazing bonus up to 30,000 US dollar. You will receive $30 for just signing up. Use my link down below and click it now. I hope you really enjoyed those charts, guys. Nobody knows exactly what is going to happen to Bitcoin. But short term, we will see a lot of volatility like we already saw. I told you already 2 or 3 weeks ago, this pump is going to happen in 2 days. It's not going to go slowly to 120K. It will go sideways for a very long, boring time. And it went sideways in June and almost the first week of July. And then in 2 days, we pumped from 105K to 116K. That is also how fast the next pump will go. But before that we go there, in my opinion, we will go sideways again. Maybe even lower, a little bit lower, and then sideways, but then stay there again before we move into that next pump. And that next pump is gonna go above 120K, guys. Just believe it. I was right. We would visit 120K. I know a lot of you bought around 30K or below 30K in the beginning of the bull market, because I advise everyone to start buying from 16,000 to 17, 18, 19, 20. Guys, if you bought even at 30K, that is already times 4. Amazing. Congratulations. Thank you for the trust in me. Thank you for keep watching these videos. Thank you for believing what I shared with you. And as a thank you, now you have a shitload of profit. You now have 90,000 US dollar profit for each single Bitcoin that you bought because I told you to buy the 30K. Thank you for believing me. Congratulations with your profit. That were the charts. And yes, always remember to zoom out in Bitcoin, zoom in at life, enjoy every single minute of the day. I enjoyed every single minute of the day the last 3-4 days, a little bit too much, but what happens on Ibiza stays on Ibiza. Now let's jump into the inspirational quote. Bam. A short inspirational quote for today, guys. There are some shortcuts to happiness, and dancing is one of them. And we did dance a shitload in the last 3 days. I had epic parties with my brothers, my nephews, Patrick and Tamara, good friends of mine, also all in Bitcoiners. We were in Ibiza, a couple of Spanish friends were there, we had a big villa, we slept there for 3 nights. We went to the Universe, that's the biggest club of the world. It was an amazing party. I saw Anima there, that's the one with the beautiful images while he's playing. We went to the Pasha all-time party, we went to the High, we went to Ushuaia Inn, we had the best tables in all of these clubs, we had epic nights, and during these epic nights, Bitcoin started to make all-time highs, which again shows me I need to zoom out in Bitcoin. I should not be focusing on the charts too much and zoom in on life. Bitcoin will take care of itself, and that is exactly what happened this weekend. Goosebump weekend, unplanned during the Bitcoin all-time high. Or maybe I pumped it during the party. Who knows? But that's the inspirational quote for today. There are some shortcuts to short-time happiness. One of them is dancing. Dancing gives you a lot of happiness and makes you forget all the worries that you have. That's why I like to party sometimes. I'm working my ass off for all of you. You're making YouTube, making content, and sometimes you just need to switch off. And for me, it is the party zone where I am switched off. Maybe it's the same for you. Let me know down below in the comments. Thank you again for watching this video on Saturday. I hope you really enjoyed it. If you did enjoy it, give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends and family, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, and leave a comment. What do you think about the news? What do you think about the charts? What do you think about the inspirational quote? What do you think about Ibiza? Have you been there? Let me know. And by the way, yes, I posted, if you're somebody is on Ibiza, you can join the party. There was one follower that saw it and that came to the party together with a friend, and they enjoyed an epic night as well, guys. Thank you for being my followers. I hope we can reach 100K subscribers very soon on YouTube. Thank you for watching. I wish you an amazing weekend. See you the next time. Bam.